I'm good at this. We're back at the KBS venue, KBS Experience here in Carlsbad, California. We are adjusting loft and lies of a player that I work with purely based off my coach's platform in Clipped. If you have a coach's platform, you can see other players and all their data. The data revealed that on the short irons, these lie angles could be questionable. Shock. We get here, we look at it, and the lie angles are a little bit upright, and even more so, the loft on that pitching wedge and 9-iron are off. This is how you should track your own loft and lies to ensure you're bang on and you've got it dialed. And if you don't have a loft and lie machine that you can send it to check it, then get them here into Carlsbad at the KBS Experience and they'll do it for you. Throughout the season, your golf clubs are going to move. This set in front of me is someone that I help through Clipped to have a Clipped coaches account so I can see everyone's detail. And what I noticed was that from 140 yards and closer, you're looking at a 25% miss ratio left. As this player goes for left flags, that becomes a problem. So I said to them, listen, I want to see your golf clubs, I want to see your irons, your loft and lies, when did you last check them? And we're noticing here that the 8-iron through to 58, which are his short irons, are all reading more upright versus the long irons, and he's having success with the long irons. Then you get into a conversation, you talk to the player about it, and they would prefer the look of a flatter lie angle. That again shows you, take data to use it for your loft and lie check. Now, as we've dived deeper into this, we've also noticed the pitching wedge is off by 3 degrees on loft. That is monumentous when it comes to the loft and lie of your set. So the conversation then goes from the fitter or the club builder back to our player in this scenario. Mate, how are you hitting that pitching wedge? Absolutely, fill in the blank, pull out a beat, horrendous is what we're getting. So here's a player who's worrying about how they score with pitching wedge, but data and loft and lie has shown them that it's in their preparation, in their setup, it's not necessarily in the way that they're hitting the golf ball. So today we're gonna bend this set. I'll go through it with you, literally just making those short ones a bit flatter and that pitching wedge weaker. I'm gonna move the 7-iron. That's another pro tip. Whenever you get your golf clubs bent, whether it's by 2 Chains Evan here at KBSX, or you do it at a different club fitting location, you absolutely wanna do the whole set. Don't try and bodge this and go, hey, listen, my 9-iron's off. Look at the whole set. Best players in the world always measure the whole set together. Measure twice, cut once. All right, so first up, there's a mill grind 458. This one has actually gone a little bit stronger in loft. So it's moved to 57. So again, if you've got an alternative way to measure, which would be a Dela Cruz, fine. We've got a Mitchell loft and line machine here. I like it. We're trying to get the grooves perfectly in the center. I want the line running perpendicular to my bar in there. Then I'll always try and make sure that that is perfectly flat. So you'll see me angle my head. This machine measures it off the golf shaft. Tap this up, get it flush, make sure it's on it. And you can see here we've got 64 lie angle, 57. I want it to be 58, 63. So in we go, straight on with your clamp. Tighten up this particular bending bar to get it clamped tight. I put my chin on it if I need to feel it. This will be soft because it's a mill grind 4. I do it separately. Some guys that bend clubs do it together. That has gone for sure on the one flatter, and you're just feeling the movement. That's one weaker. Now, the question that I know this individual's going to come out with, and someone in there in the comments should have this question too. This is a 58 with 11 degrees of bounce if it's at 58. We're measuring everything off this loft and lie. Let's assume this is now 58.11, but it would have been 57.10. Each degree of loft off or on adjusts the bounce. So this guy now, I've whipped it out before measuring it because I was talking to you instead of concentrating. Let's put it back in, ensure we've got it exactly where we need it. Go with our device against that, pop it in. 63 on the money, 58 on the money. Trottie, you got the touch of an angel. So the 58 is done. Pop that there out of our way. Write it down on your sheet of paper. So now we've got 63, 58, and you move to the next club. And this one is going to 63, 54. the 54 is currently 2 degrees strong. Another way you can look at it, which I always like, just take a look down. How does the face look in relation to the offset? You adjust that sometimes when you are bending clubs. It's a technique called goosenecking, so you can put 2 bending bars on here to add offset. You can't reduce it really on your wedges when you bend them, but you can certainly add offset. It's a pro move. Bernard Langer, Tom Watson used to do it. We won't get into it. That's a whole rabbit hole that we're not going to go down. It's difficult to do. Anyway, we digress. So same process, perfectly in the center. That piece is important. If you see your loft and lie guy rushing and not getting that right, then get your clubs off them because they don't know what they're doing. Flat, tap it against, 64, 52, correct. You want to weaken it, 2, flatten it, 1. In the confidence this gives you as a player as well. That was 1 in your field. 2's a lot. Let's see how we did. Back in, same way every time. Loft is Gucci. Needs half a degree flatter. I got one for you in the comments. Notice how delicate I'm being here because this has got this black finish on the shaft. Do we like black finish? Do we prefer chrome? Someone get in some sense here. Black or chrome, which do we like? Surely golf clubs are meant to be chrome, just saying. Right, 63, 54, money. So that's 2 out of 2 now. That looks nice. So this one's at 48. We want to move it to 50. And of course, I need to get that lie angle good. So with this, what you'd expect to see is the path and the face and the strikes. We're looking now to get more consistency in gapping. And as you look at depth of divot across toe and heel, now you're going to see it a little bit more neutral. Missing left. So the heel is grabbing in, which is pulling the ball to miss left. As I talk to you, you can see I keep forgetting to measure this before I take it out. But basically, you're going to see better turf contact. And for this one, because we've messed around with the lofts, you'll see more control in the distances and better gapping throughout the set. Loft is good. Lie angle still too upright.
But what are your thoughts on keeping the bar on when you do the loft and lie? And then when you check it, keeping the bar on it?
I don't like doing it because I think it has an impact on it. But look, I've been doing this a long time, so I think everyone has their style.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy that I used to work with in Europe who ended up on the Mizuno truck. Mizuno truck, always high level of work. And he would bend loft and lie together in one. I thought that was meant. He would take it off and go from there. Okay, so we're into this pitching wedge, which has basically been horrendous. What's great about this is that all this came up remotely from just looking at the data. I keep harping on how important the data is. I mean, this thing, you could knock people out with this. It's that strong. It's no wonder it's horrendous. Okay, this is a different model, so might not be as easy to bend. Ooh.
Can hear it.
Yeah, got some movement there. Lie's spot on, loft spot on. You bet it is. Let's have a look how this thing looks now. Looks like a pitching wedge, and I didn't mark it. God damn it, I'm good at this. There's the pitching wedge in the game. Welcome to golf again. Like riding a bike, son. Right, last one, 8 iron, and then we're comfortable with everything else. And the stats read that when you get over the 150, he's hitting everything. He's not losing as much to the left. So I'm okay with that. Once a player's hitting it pull straight, this will help with it for sure. So they're done. That's the short irons done. I like it. And then we leave the longs where they are. So once you've done this, you want to look at the gapping between the set. You're going to see a slightly different apex. For that pitching wedge, a much higher spin rate. They say that each degree is about 3 paces. So he's probably changed the gapping on the pitching wedge significantly. He was effectively carrying 2 9-irons. Now, earlier today, we're at the Kingdom. We had a look at the path ratio. He had that going -1 a little bit. -1 on a path is not killer, but I think because the divot depth being towards the heel, which has started this conversation, then it was let's have a look at your clip data, has led us into a place where these irons are going to be played a little bit flatter in the short stuff where you don't put the same speed in. Then if you think about the longer irons, and go back to the what's in the bag video that I know so many of you have watched with Tiger Woods. Obviously the irons are famously talked about. You've got a slightly different groove in there. Tighter, narrower, gives more spin.
Correct.
The 4, 5 and the 6 have a slightly different offset. Correct me if I'm wrong, but to the 7, 8 and 9.
Correct.
Lie angles, are they grade through the set, or how flat do you make them? Because that's been a topic of conversation today with a lot of guys.
They're about I would say a degree and a half flatter, because I like getting my hands lower for elevation shots.
Same at the top end of the bag, because I noticed we got a cheeky little.
No, but they get a little more upright.
Okay.
Because
you don't want to lose it.
I don't want to lose it to the right.
I'm with you. The long irons, Tiger plays a little bit more upright than the rest of his set, and it's something I think from that I've taken note of in these conversations with this player in my own set. As the shaft gets longer, we tend to early extend a little bit, raise the handle a little bit. That is when you want the lie angles to be more upright. If people just want a little tweak, a little bit more spin, a little bit more height, the absolute best way to do it is to change the loft on the blade. You're going to have fitters out there that are going to walk you down a little pathway to say, stick this shaft in, do this, take this swing weight there. No, no, no. Yes, they're all methods, but the easiest, simplest way to adjust the height, just add a little bit of loft. Loft hits the ball. Don't overcomplicate this. Why does this set have a problem? Because pitching wedge was way off. 9 iron needed tidying up. And then the off-speed shots with that path, checked on the launch monitor, slightly left. Let's flatten that lie angle and make these a player's set again. These are dialed. My man can get back out. I'll take the date and draw a line in the sand on the clip data now, and then we'll review again in 20 rounds time and see how this is going. It's perfect. You can see if the changes you make today actually work and benefit your game. That is why I think we should all track what we're doing when it comes to data. Why would you guess what you can measure? I can check it for you, but if you've got a device that's telling you and an app that's tracking it, you're going to be in the game.